Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Say what's up.
What's up?
So we're back with another video with the Track R6. In the first video we dropped the engine and we were taking this thing apart, but the engine's out. In the last video we took the head off of the engine. As you can see, this is the head right here. Just pop the valve cover off. Oh, pop the valve cover off to show you. I already have everything labeled, as you can see. Those are the valves on the head. I still have to do a leak test on the head just to see how the valves are, and I have to check the clearances. So right here we have the lower end and we have the actual block with the pistons. If you look inside the pistons, they're in pretty good shape. You can literally actually see the honing on the pistons still. Like in the top of the pistons are in really good condition. I have no idea where this noise was coming from on the R6. So the top end, the head looks perfectly fine. So next thing, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this thing, we're gonna probably put it on this little mat chair thing just to prop it up, because I don't have an engine stand. I wish I did. Probably lay it onto the side right here, onto this case cover because it's flat. And then I'll have access to the oil pan. We're gonna open up and see the bottom end if we can see anything out of place in there. Anything that could be making a noise, rattling around. So I'm hoping since this engine only has 8,000 miles, it's not the bearings or it's nothing serious. Surgery time. Let's get this patient on the stretcher, Jeremiah. Alright. Alright, so go in from that side. Let's just put something right here because I don't want the head touching the
Styrofoam?
Something. Oh, this. That'd be fine. Perfect.
Nice.
And then let me see this one. Put this padding back here. We're just gonna ratchet strap it just in case it doesn't fall. The engine is on our little working bench, strapped down. We're gonna pop these bolts off on the oil pan and just take this oil pan off just so we can get into the bottom, and we're gonna see if we see any like sludge. Hopefully not, but little pieces and chunks of metal at the bottom, because we couldn't see anything at the top. So this is gonna tell us right now how bad this engine is. Is it gonna be a small cheap fix, or am I gonna go crazy and spend a bunch of money on this engine? Let's go ahead and take this off and we're gonna find out right now. See what this engine has hiding inside, right? Let's get it. What do you think? There's like just metal chunks in there, or everything's perfect? There's like a little bolt loose. We're gonna go cross, cross, cross. Alright, so before you go knocking and slamming on this pan like we did, there's one bolt hitting all the way in here. So that's the one we were missing. And we're going to see if there's metal chunks down there or what's in here. Moment of truth. Oh! Look at this. What is this? We got pieces of metal. It's like thin. I'm about to figure out what this is, guys, but look at this. This is what we have in here. These thin pieces of metal. I don't know what they are from. I still need to inspect this, but look at that. Yeah. Jeez. Well, that's our issue. That was the metal noise rattling around in here. Alright, guys, so these are the metal shavings that we found in the bottom of the oil pan. Check these out. That's probably what was causing our noise in the engine. They look like rod bearings or main bearings. That's definitely our problem, guys. Let's go ahead and keep going through the bottom end. And the majority of these metal shavings were in this corner. That corner was right over here, and I found more shavings on right here in this corner. So that looks like one of those bearings. It looks like it's one of the rod bearings because it looks like it literally just fell out from up there. But I'm gonna go ahead and get a light and inspect all this and see if I can see where the damage is coming from. Alright, so as you guys can see, those are little pieces that ruined the engine, that caused the noise. So me and Jeremiah were doing some research. This is what rod bearings look like, and show the next picture. But yeah, that's what they look like in the oil pan. And that literally looks pretty much exactly like what we have. So what I'm thinking is we spun a rod bearing, or these are rod bearings. we're gonna go ahead and split that case, and we're gonna actually see which rod bearing went out. So let's go ahead and do it. Before we are able to split the case in half, we're gonna have to take the clutch off, and then we're gonna have to take off the water pump. So to take the clutch off, we're just gonna get all these bolts going around, and to take the water pump, it's just gonna be these 2 bolts. So we're gonna pop the water pump off, get the clutch out. We should be able to take the oil pump assembly out, and we should be able to split the case after that. Alright, now we should just be able to take the clutch out. We got these things. Make sure you keep everything, you're keeping everything organized. Alright, so now the clutch plates should just come out. The clutch plates actually look pretty fresh. Look at that. See that? There's like a good amount of life left on that clutch. That's good. Now we have to take that bolt out. I think it's a 36, and we should be able to pop this whole rest of the assembly out. So let's go ahead and do that. We got the clutch plates out, but in order to take that bolt out, you either have to get a clutch holder. I already found a clutch holder 3D printed tool, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably 3D print that. Boom, the water pump is out. Is that the only hose holding it right here? Alright guys, so I've been stuck getting off this nut that holds the clutch basket, and because I don't have the tool, there's like a special tool that you can put in here. It's like vice grips, but they're bigger and they hold the clutch basket, like the inner piece right here that spins. So I'm gonna show you my solution right now real quick. So as you can see right here, I found this tool. Basically what it does is it locks the clutch basket in place. I found the 3D file for it, and now as you can see, I'm printing that tool. It's pretty much done, 79%. So once we have this tool, I'll be able to, I'm going to show you on here, I'll be able to put one of the bolts or 2 of the bolts on the case through the tool, and then insert the tool into the clutch basket, and it's going to hold it in place, and I could just get a wrench and turn the bolt. Alright, so as you guys can see, the printer just finished the build of the tool. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. And yeah, pretty much look at this thing, guys. It came out perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and test fit this on the clutch basket, and hopefully this solves our issue of that thing spinning. So let's go ahead and pop this off the build plate. Well, that thing's on there. Oh, there we go. Go ahead and clean all that off. This 3D printer is a game changer when you quickly need to make something like this. Game changer, guys. You should get one. This is the second day of me trying to get that nut off. As you can see, I 3D printed all these parts that I tried to use to block the basket from spinning. So I gave up. This is for a Ducati, and these are just some random ones for a dirt bike, and they don't fit for this clutch basket. I tried shaving them down and everything, and it still doesn't fit. So I honestly went ahead and ordered like the vice grip looking clutch basket holder pliers, and they should be here tomorrow from Amazon. The oil pump, when you get those 3 bolts that hold it, you should just be able to tilt it, pop that the chain off, and then right there, that's the little oil pump. Just make sure you keep everything organized. I'm gonna put it in this little box with the bolts. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the bottom end. As you can see, that's the crankshaft in there already. That's our transmission in here. See those transmission gears? Alright guys, so after trying all the 3D printed tools and like breaking everything just to get this one nut off, I ended up just ordering this overnight on Amazon. Finally got delivered. What this thing does, it's like a pair of vice grips, and you just lock it onto the clutch basket. But yeah, you lock it onto the clutch basket like this, and as you can see, it holds it from spinning. And now I should be able to get that nut off, hopefully. Grab the breaker bar and hopefully you can do it. Alright guys, the clutch basket is locked in place. Please break off, please break off. Oh my god, the whole engine is moving, y'all. Like why is this thing seized on there? Oh my god, yes! Yes! After like 2 days of messing with this thing, guys, look. Check this out. Oh my god, that's how crazy. This is what just specialized tools how much they make things easier. I spent like 2 days trying to get that off, hitting it with the impact, everything. 3D printing tools, with this little $15, $16 pair of vice grip tools, basket holder things, whatever. Got it off first try. Look at that, guys. Now this basket should just pop out like that. Boom. Oh my god, now I can split the crankcase. And this piece slides out. Make sure none of this gets damaged, guys. And then you don't lose any of the order of any of this. Oh, come on. Boom. Look at that. So that's the rest of the that's the flywheel and the rest of the clutch basket. To remove this oil chain too now. Alright guys, so I'm about to split the case. And this is a diagram of how you split the case. Each bolt you do a quarter turn. So starting from number 1. And then you do all the bolts, loosen them a quarter turn. And then after they're loose, you pretty much just pull them all out in this order. So, but make sure you start with a quarter turn. What I just noticed on the engine is that if you look closely, there's little numbers like 2, 4, 6. Let's see, what does that say? 15. So sick that Yamaha numbered it for you when you're splitting the bottom end. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and loosen all those a quarter turn, and we should be able to split this case, guys. Let's get it. And then we'll actually be able to see inside, and we'll be able to see the damage. Quarter turn. Quarter turn. So I need to take this cover off and take the stator and all that stuff out before I can split the case. I totally forgot about that. Alright, let's finally get this thing apart. Just make sure you keep track of all the head bolts. So there was one bolt from the bottom end holding the block, guys. Alright, now it's gonna come out. It's one long bolt that was holding the whole block together. This is just gonna come right out. Boom, guys, look at this. That's our transmission. I mean, that's our gears for the transmission. That's our crank. And let me just lay this engine out. This is our engine. Oh, so look, if we inspect this damage, look at this piston right here, guys. The bearing on that piston went out, the rod bearing. So if you can see all these pistons, how they're not moving, and this one's all burnt. But yeah, that's not good right there. So we're gonna go ahead and take that off, and I'll show you the damage underneath that little cap. So basically this is a connecting rod that attaches the piston to the actual crankshaft. And what happened was the rod bearing underneath this, if we take this off, the rod bearing underneath, I'm actually gonna go ahead and take it off so I could show you. So as you can see, all that's shredded on the inside, and you can see right here, that's all messed up. So that's our issue right here. This got all shredded up and messed up. If we spin it, you can even see, but that's not supposed to be all charred up like that. That's what our shavings in the engine was from this rod bearing. So as you can see, those little metal shavings coming off. So this was just spinning and throwing shavings into the oil pan. So that's our issue right there. Alright, so as you guys can see, the cases are split open. I already inspected the gearboxes, so I don't really think I need to pull those out. All the teeth and everything looks perfect on them. This rod bearing was just shredding. That's what all these little pieces were in the engine, if you can see, all these little shavings. It was from that one rod bearing. And if I go ahead and put this end cap on, that was causing this to just be all loose and wobble in there because of the rod bearing was getting shredded. All I'll really need to have to do if the crankshaft's okay is just replace all the rod bearings. Maybe these bearings too. Just replace all the bearings and that's it. pretty much. If I pop the pistons out, I might as well do the oil rings. I don't know, I'll inspect them and see what condition the oil rings are in, especially for this piston, and inspect the cylinder walls and stuff. Let's go ahead and pull this crankshaft out. Alright, it's out. Put it up here, and gently let's rest this engine back on its side. This is our piston, guys. So we're definitely gonna have to replace the connecting rods in the piston. The pistons don't actually look bad. I'm gonna have to clean them just to furthermore inspect this one. But for the most part, what I heard is that the pistons can be reused. They're pretty strong. But if you look at the connecting rod inside over there, that's not good. We're gonna definitely have to replace this connecting rod. That's pretty easy. We just pop out the little clips in here, slide that out, and the connecting rod should just come out. I just popped off the damaged connecting rod bearings. There they are, off of the crankshaft. I don't know. Like if you see right there, I don't know if there's any major damage on the crankshaft. We're gonna have to inspect it in the daylight and then remove the whole crankshaft maybe and see. But I'm hoping we can get away with just replacing this one connecting rod right here. We could just get away with just replacing this. I already found one for 20 bucks on eBay for just the connecting rod. So hopefully we could just get this because the piston looks good. The connecting rod with the bearings, and then we'll just pop a new one in. We should be fine, hopefully. I'm gonna do some more research, but I'm hoping we don't have to resurface the crankshaft or replace it, because it doesn't look like there's any damage or anything on it, so we'll see. Alright, so as you can see, this is pretty much the heart of the Yamaha R6 fully disassembled. The head's over there, we got the case split open, that's the crankshaft, these are the pistons, that's the stator and the clutch basket, the oil pan, the gearbox. But yeah, that's pretty much a full disassembly of this engine. So I hope you guys like this video. Give it a like, subscribe, and in the next video, we're gonna figure out if this crank, because of that, is salvageable, and or if we're gonna need a new crank, and we're gonna definitely need a new connecting rod and maybe new bearings. We have to figure out what's salvageable and what's not, and then we're gonna throw this thing back together. See you guys in the next video. Peace.